Hi, David Standing here, co-founder of Accordant Partners, and I wanted to talk to you about profits, because I often get asked by business owners, what are the profit maximizers? How do I get to the cash really quickly? How do I accelerate my business plan? And I'm sure the thought crosses your mind from time to time, as it does with me. Actually, when I think about it, I've spent all of my career generating profits for large organisations, for my private clients, for myself, for small to medium-sized enterprises, businesses just like yours. And in truth, there is no one, silver bullet that will take your business into that top sort of 2% of super successful organisations. And like anything, there are exceptions in life, and thank God there are. But the vast majority of us and the vast majority of businesses, it's all about passion, it's about focus, it's about taking massive action, it's about doing a number of things brilliantly all of the time. All mixed up with a nice big slug of luck. Don't ever underestimate the power of Lady Luck from that point of view. However, I wanted to share with you some of the best and most effective profit drivers that I know. Things that I have seen used and used myself time and time again, because the only thing that you can do to increase profits is to improve the variables that ultimately determine your profitability. So it's about not one thing in particular, it's about a whole host of things and improving that, or those, so that you get lots of things improving, adding up to one big increase in your profits. Make sense? Good. Okay, so number one is about lead generation. And this will vary depending on the type of industry that you're in. But smart businesses understand that there's not something that they can just dip in and out of. They have to do it consistently. They have to do it every single day. It needs to be at the very DNA and the heart of their organisation. You can't simply have a big push for new inquiries into the top of your sales funnel and then stop. It just doesn't work like that. Consistently trying new tactics is the best way to ensure the growth of your inquiries, your sales, and ultimately your profits. Number two is about lead conversion. This is your ability to convert those inquiries once they come into the top of your sales funnel to sales. And if you can increase your conversion rate by 5 or 10%, you see an immediate impact in the bottom line. It is one of the most important things you can focus your time on, your ability to convert those inquiries better. And there is no single replacement for ongoing sales training for both you, for your sales teams, or indeed anybody that's involved with speaking to customers, is customer facing in that way. There are sales opportunities left, right and centre. What I suggest you do is look at every key result area in your sales process and seek ways to improve each of them just a little bit. And as we talked about, a small improvement in each area will end up adding up to a massive improvement overall. Number three is the number of transactions. So how do you get more transactions? You remember the great customer who bought from you 6 months ago? Or the customer who gave you tons of referrals last year? And if you're like most sales organisations or salespeople, you have many, many existing clients with whom you've lost touch over the past several months or even years. And many salespeople and organisations focus all of their energy and all of their effort on new people into the top of the funnel and end up overlooking one of their most valuable assets, which is, you got it, their existing customers. It can feel awkward and uncomfortable, which is why so many salespeople fail to re-engage. But if you can learn to actively re-engage your existing clients on a regular basis, you'll really stand out from the competition, because very few do this. And you'll get way more business in the process. My big tip number 4 is the size of the transaction. Now, upselling, we did a module on this a while ago, does not have to be a dirty word. In fact, it can make your customers happy, because when used properly, upselling can bring you closer to your customers while bringing you more revenue. It can reduce your customer churn, i.e. increases your retention. But mastering the art of upselling takes time. It takes practice, and it takes intuition, which comes from practice and time. And although your conversion rate might not be where you want it to be on upselling initially, some diligence and perseverance should really optimize your ability and increase your odds for success. And once you get the hang of it, you can expect to increase the average sales from each customer very considerably. Now, besides this, the added value customers receive from upsells can build a much stronger level of rapport. Make sense? So lots and lots of advantages to that upsell process. Number 5 is the profit margin per sale. There's a couple of ways of doing this. Is firstly, if you raise your price by £1 and everything else holds constant, that pound will flow directly through 100% margin to the bottom line. And my experience of this is that many businesses never look at their competitor activity, analyse the marketplace, and therefore miss out on the opportunity to increase their prices because they're locked in the past. And when was the last time you went to your supplier base and asked them for a discount? Now, do this in an ethical way. I mean, there's lots of stories about the big supermarkets bullying small suppliers, aren't there? But how if you went to your top 10 suppliers and said, look, if I paid you faster, would you give me a discount? If I ordered more from you in the first instance, could I get a discount? You'd be amazed at what you shake out simply by asking that question. And any amount of margin that is saved at that level flows all the way through straight to the bottom line in the shape of new profits. Number 6 is about cost per acquisition, and you should continually seek creative ways to reduce your cost of customer acquisition. You should be all over these analytics and numbers, because with Google Analytics, with CRM solutions and all of the dashboarding stuff that's available to us as business people now, there is frankly no excuse for you not to understand how much a promotion, a marketing campaign, or indeed it costs you to acquire a new customer. If you get stuck into that detail and you get really creative about reducing your costs of acquisition, you'll be amazed at how quickly your profits will increase as a direct result. Number 7 is about increasing customer referrals. And it's been said that one of the biggest indicators of a firm's success is the percentage of its clients that are referrals. We see it a lot in our private client business. I am thrilled to say is that the vast majority of the people that we have as customers have been referred to us by other happy customers, and it's a good place to be, I can tell you. But why are referrals so valuable? Let's put a bit more meat on those bones. Clients who refer tend to be less price sensitive, they have fewer objectives, and they are less risky. But I don't think you should wait for referrals to come to you sporadically. Absolutely, you should create a system for going out there and getting referrals, because if you take time to develop referrals, you'll get more qualified prospects, for the simple fact that people hang out with people like them. And what this does is a couple of magical things. Number 1, it reduces the sales cycle, cuts out a lot of the rubbish that you have to go through, because you're dealing with someone who knows you, who likes you, and trusts you because they've been referred in by somebody who they know, they like, and they trust. A big one for me is number 8, which is around premium products. And the sadness I have is that the vast majority of businesses don't sell a premium product. Now, there are customers out there who are happy to pay 10, 15, 20 times what you currently charge them for a product or service. Now, I'm not saying be spivvy here and just put all your prices up. Think about how you can get really creative in developing premium products, bundles, added value, whatever it might be. And if you're smart, you'll work that out and you'll implement a premium product pricing strategy in your business. And all you have to do then, I promise you, is tell your customers, tell your prospects about it, and I guarantee you, You'll make sales at a margin you never believed could exist, and your profits will go up as a result. Number 9 is continuity models, or recurring income models, because a lot of businesses, and I wonder if this sounds familiar to you, start their month with sales, with revenues at a big fat 0. This places an enormous strain on pretty much everything. Cash flow, sales, lead generation, marketing, just to name a few. They all have to be absolutely 100% switched on in order for you to hit your sales target in the month. But continuity prices are different because they are not a one and done transaction. With continuity or recurring income models, you provide a product or service that the customer buys monthly, quarterly, annually, until they tell you to stop. And by implementing this, you'll have a predictable revenue model that grows over time. So no more fretting on the first of the month. You will know, come the first of the month, okay, how much money have I already got in the tank? And that's got to be a good thing. Number 10, and I see this a lot when we're doing sales training, is the ability to overcome objections properly. Now, every prospect you speak to has sales objections, or reasons that they're hesitant to buy your product or service. Because if they didn't have those reservations about your solution's price or its relevance to their situation, they'd have bought it from you in the first place, wouldn't they? So to be successful, you've got to learn how to both discover and resolve these objections. And they are an inevitable part of the sales process. Some are legitimate reasons, others are just trying to brush you off. But as long as you're familiar with the common objections for your product or service, your business, and equipped, and this is the key thing, you've spent time role-playing it, learning how to overcome those objections, so it comes across really naturally, then you'll be able to distinguish between what is a genuine objection, and from a customer who's going to turn into being someone who's really valuable for you, and somebody who, frankly, you just need to move on really quickly, and as a result, your profits will most definitely go up. And my final 2 big tips to you, number 11 and 12, are separate, but they are connected. They are focus and intensity. And have you noticed these days that the ability to stay focused is becoming, very rare? People can't even watch TV channel without flicking through the channels. They can't stay focused for 1 minute in sort of quiet thought without scrolling through their smartphone. And we easily become distracted at the smallest of things. And likewise in business, we become short-sighted, chasing after every shiny new object, the brightest new thing. So don't fall into this trap, guys. Keep your eyes on the main plan and keep your entire team focused in that way. We call it focusing on the high value tasks. Identify and obsess about those high value tasks, the things that are really, really going to shift the dial. And your profits will most definitely go up as a result of that. And then finally, I want to talk about intensity. And when you purposely direct your intensity to things that matter, high value tasks, really intensive about it, and give unimportant things a wide berth, then your momentum grows. Intensity and passions are 2 of the hallmarks of maintaining and creating massive momentum in business. And if you pursue your goals with great intensity, you really do become unstoppable. You think about famous sports people, how obsessed and passionate they are. Think about, dare I say it, politicians. Think about, business people that are super successful. What are their key characteristics and traits? They remain absolutely focused and intense for a long period of time. Now you show me an entrepreneur, a business person who can stay focused with intensity for a whole year, and I'll show you an unstoppable person. I'll show you a business that will ultimately grow and prosper and deliver amazing profits and benefits to everybody involved in it. So there you have it. 12 of the best, most effective profit drivers I know. They are all detailed in the blog below, so feel free to have a good look through that. I hope you find that useful, and I'll talk to you very, very soon.